Good afternoon. Yeah, this one went up $2 because people don't want it. I hovered around it, but freaking kind of lazy. Yeah, I ran today, and I stopped using headsets to run, but today I was like, screw it, I'm gonna use headsets. And at this point of the run, I wasn't really paying attention. I was kind of looking down, and I ran into this critter. I'm like, holy crap, I almost ran into a freaking bear. I yelled at it. I stood still. I kind of eased back. I yelled at it, and it went the other way. And then it changed its mind and came towards me again. And then I yelled at it again, and I started barking at it. And then it went off the trail. And then I kind of still backed off, and I grabbed a long stick, thinking I could stab it in the eye or something if it kept on going. And waited, warned people. It went off the trail. I didn't get eaten by a bear. Pretty crazy, man. It's a pretty crazy little black bear right there, dude. Look, he has his mouth open and shit, too. He has his mouth open right there. He's like, hey, what the fuck you yelling at me for, dude? It's a freaking bear. That's a good freaking sized one, too. Yeah, man. I was like, whoa. Pay attention when you're running. I love my orange food, man. That sweet potato, I live on that shit every day. And using the fruit juice was too subtle. I didn't taste really any yeah, it's weird. I used orange and I used pineapple and rice came out good, but the flavor, way too subtle. Didn't really taste it. That was my Cajun chicken. Yeah, my veininess after I eat. I put some peanut butter powder on that. That was my Cajun chicken. Oh, yeah. Worked inside a station. Now that's something to think about. If you're physically fit and you're used to being active and then you go sedentary, will that like fuck your body up? You know? I don't know. But I freaking ran on an easy day. Since May, I've ran 1,600 miles. Man, I always do. Yeah, it was a threefer anyway, so fuck it. Sick of those threefers, man. I'm not doing it. So I did the shadowing with the post office at the post that I'm gonna be at, and yeah, I'm psyched. I might be on a hill, and I'm psyched to be able to get some fitness in. I don't want to go back to being sedentary, and I want to maintain my fitness, man, because I love running, you know. I ran 12 miles, and it was easy today. And fully hydrated. I'm 175 now, so pretty psyched. It's a good weight to run at. I'm really good and happy about running it. You know, after I ran, I was 171. So, kind of want to stay there. 170. That's like where I want to stay. I've upped my calories to 2,000 calories. Let me see here. Let's see here. How many calories so far burned today? 2,900. So usually when I'm not exercising, I lower my calories by like 500. And then when I exercise, I up it by 500. So I was maintaining 1,500 and then 2,000. So I'm not going to cheat with pizza or cake. I was going to have some cake today, but I'm just going to eat what I like to eat. It takes too long to digest the freaking pizza, man. I mean, I never used to have that problem. I used to be able to eat pizza, have no issue, but I eat pizza now. I like it, but it takes like 6 hours, and I still wake up and my stomach's kind of messed up. So I just went to eating like healthy and not really eating all that greasy foods, and so my stomach just doesn't fucking like it. And maybe it's the cheese too, I'm not sure, because I don't really eat cheese anymore. So yeah, it's different. I like it while I'm eating it, but then like a half hour later and throughout the whole night, man, I'm like freaking, I have to like recover from it. You know what I mean? It's different. Eating chicken, eating sweet potato, eating eggs, eating rice, and eating rolled oats, and eating a lot of fruit. I eat a lot of fruit, and it's good food. It makes me feel good. Makes you feel light, and I'm eating a lot of it, and it doesn't blow up your calories. I mean, 0.8 pounds is like 340 calories, and I weigh my stuff, and yeah, I'll eat like a 360 gram sweet potato. That's about 400 calories, and that's a nice plate of food. That's a lot of mass, a lot of vitamin A, and which is good for the cells. And so I have the good amount of quantity of food that I'm eating throughout the day, and I'm maintaining underneath. Of course, I'll eat peanut butter, pistachios. I like pistachios. I've been eating pistachios. So it was good to do the shadow day, the way that I can see it now. They have like a case, little case here, and all the dividers, and then underneath the case they'll put the street numbers, and it'll start at a number, and then when you see how it goes to the evens, yeah, it's loops. So they'll have the street name and they'll have the loop, and so therefore you take the mail, and then you place the mail inside that case, and it starts here and then goes boom all the way around, and then all the way around going up on that one. Different postal carriers might do it differently, but that's a good way to do it, because yeah, you park your vehicle, and then you deliver down to that number, then you cross the street and you deliver back. So when you're casing and you're placing the mail, then when you take it and you bundle it, each loop you'll rubber band it, then you put it in a tray, and then it's in order. So even if you do the route unordered, but that case allows you to put everything in order, so then you're going to have it all. So, and then the back of the truck, you have the zones, and also the little phone thing tells you what the next package is, and you can also use it to even, yeah, so, I mean, I'm not saying I'm a professional, but that really helped me understand it. So even though I don't know the town, I mean, obviously the address is on the envelope, and I'll know what street I'm on, and I know at least I've cased it. Well, I guess when you're new, they don't have your casing. They'll case it for you. But at least now I know. Like, you know what I mean? So that really, the guy was pretty cool. He allowed me to sit in the seat. Of course, I didn't drive it. And now I see the mirror set up, and yeah, so that makes me feel really good about it. I'll have no problem driving it now that I know the mirror setup, and I have good confidence about that. Because, yeah, without mirrors and without knowing the mirror system in a car, I'm nervous about driving it. Because, if I'm behind like this, you're not looking forward. Just 2 seconds of driving without looking, that's a lot of feet. A lot can happen in that amount of feet in that amount of time. So that's the reason why I always put my wing mirrors out. Because you see what's in your rear view, then it disappears right into your wing, and then disappears into your blind spot beside you. So you have 360 freaking awareness of your vehicle if you set your mirrors that way. Because you see it in your rear view, then it goes right to your wing that's in your back corner, and then right to the side. And of course, I'm still glancing over my shoulder, but I'm not looking over my shoulder for seconds at a time. I glance, I check. So therefore, I'm looking forward. I don't have to really turn my head that much. I can see it. So it really gives you confidence. And I've changed lanes probably 200 times a day. I'm not exaggerating. And no accidents, because I am sure I know what's around my vehicle. You don't need actually gadgets. So that's, the mirror setup is good. And one thing that really made me happy is when I got there, they're like, oh, you're going to find a way that you want to do it. Music to my ears. Because I've worked a lot of jobs that have freaking little micromanagers, non-supervisors who just, they're quirky and they want you to do it the way they want you to do it, and then they get all freaking stupid. So when you have them say, oh yeah, you're going to do it the way you'd like to do it and what's comfortable for you, that's good, man. That makes me feel good. And that makes me really happy to have the job. The only negative is they say I'll be able to get overtime, but it's not an overtime shop like some of the others. Like the one in Chicopee, I guess they force you in because they're so dying for people. And that's right up my alley. I can work 12 hours a day, no problem. And then that's like double time after 10. And that's what they call penalty time, I guess. And so it's time and a half after 8. So fuck yeah, that's money, right? So this one might have a couple hours of overtime here and there. So it's not like the Pittsfield or the Chicopee offices that have a lot of overtime and a lot of craziness. But the shop seems to be pretty small and pretty laid back that way. So there's pros and cons. Pros and cons. I'm going to sign on the Uber app. I finally got my license from Massachusetts. When I drive to North Adams. And then I'm going to turn on the Uber app when I drive home. And I'm going to deduct those fucking miles. Because 55 miles... I mean, the drive isn't that much of a pain in the ass, other than the wildlife. There were deer on the side of the road. So, gotta deduct those freaking miles. I can't deduct the income, of course, from the post office, but I will deduct that from the income of my Uber Eats. And do it. That's what I'm gonna do. I don't give a shit. That's what I'm gonna do, because... That's, it took about an hour and 30 minutes to get there. So, that's 3 hours on the road, and that's gas money right there. Even though I have a hybrid, I'm not in a situation where I can plug it in overnight. So that's what I'm going to do. So that really helped me I followed along. They're talking about, oh, you're going to walk a lot. Yeah, I have no problem walking all that distance. I didn't have a problem with it. And I guess it's the most hilly route that I walked on. So, and I like that. Burn some calories. It was like a 700 calorie day burn. It's not that big of a deal. So, yeah. I'm going to take the driving test on Sunday in Boston. I'm going to pass it. I'm going to pass it. I can frickin' pass it. I know it. And I know the freaking rules, man. I know how to curb the vehicle. And I know I'm never going to have a runaway or a rollaway. I guess that's an instant fire. Especially if you're new. Your 90-day probationary period. 90-day probationary period, they can and will fire you, I guess. But it might be a situation where, because even the postmaster, that's the head of the area, said they expect you to get it like in 6 months. So if you're showing up every day, you're not late, and you're working, and you're doing, and you're progressing, you're just showing up, and you're working, you're not fucking off, I think you're going to be okay. Because that's one thing about the e-gig culture. A lot of jobs are like that. They don't give a shit. They expect you to be professional at your job in a week. And if you're not, they just fucking fire you and hire the next person. It's jobs, I think, that just do that. They don't give a shit. They don't want to spend time, and they don't want to invest in you. So what they do is they just hire you and let you go and bring in the new person, because they think that, well, sooner or later we're going to get an all-star that's going to get it right away. So we'll just burn through all the new hires until we get this all-star perfect. And they don't have to give a shit. I have feelings against that. But that's the culture that we have today, is fire culture, e-gig kind of culture of like, yeah, man, well, you're just fucking deactivated. You have a few 4 stars, you suck. You're not going to see batches. You know what I mean? That kind of stupid, like unempathetic kind of fucked up way that, yeah, that we handle people today. So it feels better to be in somewhere where they will invest and try to work with you to try to have you succeed. And I guess the HR person said was, if you fail the driving test, you can reapply. So I guess once you pass it, there's really, you have to wait like 2 years before you can transfer. So that alleviates anxiety right there. Because then if I fail the test, I can reapply. Then maybe I'll have a ability to apply at a place that's closer to home. So, I mean, that's a workaround, right? A workaround to not being able to transfer. Because 55 miles, I can do it. It wasn't that bad of a drive, but it's, there's pros and cons. I mean, the town's kind of a small town, so, I mean, it's easy that way. I mean, Chicopee has a lot of bullshit roads, parking, and that kind of shit, and the sprawl of weird roads in the city. So, that's a pain in the ass. So being in a small town where you can just like park in a neighborhood, and that's pretty easy, man. That's fucking easy, and that helps you succeed. So therefore, I'm not gonna freaking complain. Just keep my nose to the ground, behave myself, and go to work. That's so I like how they're not gonna get all quirky with you, and so that's pretty cool. So far, the people I've been around are pretty easy to get along with, which I really look for in a job, because, man, coworkers can really make a fucking job suck. You know what I mean? They really can, the way that some people are. You know what I mean? It's one of the main reasons why I've maintained my e-gig status, dude, is because I'm just so sick and tired of dealing with clowns on the workforce. You know what I mean? It's just, you know what I mean? The work is work, your home's home, the street's the street. You know, when you go to work, you act accordingly. It's not the fucking street corner. It's not the cell block. You know what I mean? It just, you know, ideally, on the job, you don't know who likes you. You don't know who doesn't like you. That's a professional workforce. And that's the way it should be. So, other than that, I'm going to try to make some money doing Instacart today. I'm going to miss that stipend, though. I mean, I could have gotten hired in California. But the rent. I mean, the fucking rent is just way too much. But I probably would have been able to have made more money. Yeah, I don't know. But this is home. Massachusetts it's the place I belong, you know? I belong in Massachusetts. It's where I belong. So I'll let you guys go, and thank you very much.